multi-layered images. So I just want to point out one of the stories in the light boxes. Of course, they are very open to personal interpretation, but I'll just tell you what the artist shared with me about this particular light box. Now in the background you see this beautiful yellow image. It's actually from the illustration of a very famous Persian text called The Conference of Birds. Does anyone know this text? Well, it's actually an allegory for man's search for God. And in this very long poem called The Conference of Birds, it is told that all the birds of the world gathered one day to search for a leader or a king. They were looking for a leader. So that's where you see all the birds coming together to have this conference. And at the conference, one of the birds, the wisest of them all, called the hoopoe. I don't think we have this species in Singapore, but that's the hoopoe there. The one with the beak and the crown on its head. Interestingly, the hoopoe is female. The wisest bird is a female, okay? So the hoopoe, the hoopoe tells the rest of the birds. Now, if you are looking for a leader, I can recommend no better bird than the simurgh. Simurgh is the equivalent of the phoenix, because the simurgh is noble and brave and will be a good leader for all of us. And all the other birds said, tell us where to find the simurgh. And the hoopoe says, oh, it is a very difficult journey. During the journey, some of you will die, some of you will give up, some of you will fall by the way. But the birds of the world were so excited about having a leader to guide them that they said, we will embark on this journey. So as the poem unfolds, all the birds of the world undertake this quest. And if I remember correctly, they pass through 7 valleys, and in each valley, a certain character or trait or quality is tested. For example, courage, compassion, charity, all the desirable qualities. And slowly the birds give up, they cannot take the hardship, or they die, until at the end, when they reach the final destination, there are only 30 birds left. And then the 30 birds turn to the hoopoe and say, now, we are here, where is the simurgh? And the hoopoe says, look into the lake that is there, body of water, the lake that is there, and in its reflection, you will find the simurgh. So the 30 birds remaining look into the lake, and they see only their own reflection. And there's a meaning there because it's actually a Sufi text teaching the principles of Sufism, which teaches that God is in all things and it's not invested in just one divine entity, but God can be found in everything. Additionally, the word simurgh has a double meaning. It means phoenix and it also means 30 birds. So you can see how in the past birds were regarded as divine entities or embodiments of certain spiritual qualities as embodied in this illustration at the back. Now contrast that with these images that are scrolling slowly across the front of the light box. These are how we view birds today. Battery hens, food. Okay? They are legless because battery hens, as you know, they have their legs stuck into 2 holes in a tray on which they sit. They are immobilized, that's the whole point. They can't move, so they can't walk around, they can't exercise, so they are force-fed, they get fat, they're fat for the slaughter, they get killed very young, and we eat them. And because their legs are stuck in these holes, the muscles atrophy and the legs decay and some drop off, which is why they are legless. Our relationship with nature today is so debased and so exploitative compared to how we used to treat birds and nature in the past. So there's a contrast here between the ancient world and our contemporary world, and in a way this is a parable of learning for our time. That's one of the stories. There are many, many more.